Hello and welcome. I'm not going to bore you with too much of an introduction, but I wanted to quickly say this is my first time doing a 100 days challenge, so bear with me if anything seems a little strange of pace or anything. Either way, I hope you enjoy the video and find it interesting. Let's jump straight in. Day 1. I spawn in and yeah, I did turn on the bonus chest. It's a cool feature in this version of the game. It doesn't really have anything too cheaty in there either, so I don't think it's too bad. I do the basic first day Minecraft things like chopping wood and killing animals, and I stumble across this cool mountain cave with a waterfall blocking off one of the entrances. Little did I know, this would become my home for over the next 100 days. As night falls, I block off one side of the cave, make a bed, and sleep. Starting off day 2 with cutting down some more trees and collecting some basic materials like coal and stone. Look how nice this land is. I know what it needs. A big staircase up to the cave entrance. Yeah, that'll look nice and natural. I did this mainly for ease of access. I don't feel like climbing the mountain every time I need to grab some stuff. And the last thing I do on day 2 is grab some sugarcane and plant it near the river. All in all, a pretty solid day 2. You can't only destroy trees and kill wildlife, so day 3 I'm gathering some seeds for planting. I want to build my farm over the ocean for ease of access to water without needing a bucket. The farm also stretches to the edge of the world border, which I think is pretty neat. I plant pumpkins, melons, beets, seeds, and the farm is officially operational. I also build some birch platforms. There's 10 in total. Every 10 days I want to set a challenge to try and achieve. This should help me get to my big goal of defeating the Ender Dragon on day 100. My first goal is it's to make a cake. Yeah, I know it's a little bit easy, but they should get harder as I move on. Day 4 I want to expand my base further into the mountain and make use of its natural shape. I start by exploring the cave and it ends up going deeper than expected. So I end up spending all of day 4 mining various iron and coal, as well as fighting some mobs. I also find this spider spawner right underneath my base. I'll probably come back and use this. The loot inside, however, is it's kind of whack, I can't lie. Also, Endermen in this version do not like to drop their ender pearls too often. Day 5 I start off by harvesting the sugarcane and chopping the trees. I then flatten out a section of the land in front of my base. This is apparently all I did in day 5. My chores take up a lot of time, so I won't cover them every time I do them, but just be assured that I am doing them. Day 6 I want to get some animal farms started. I already have crop farms, so I see no point in wasting any time. I go with a simple fence design, nothing too fancy for day 6. I also fill in more of my land to make it more level. I also start making my house more housey. I put down a wooden floor and work on a nice balcony that looks over my land. Maybe I'll move my crafting bench here someday. 1 full week of Minecraft now, and I own more land and property than I probably ever will in my actual life. I do my chores and continue work on the base expansion. I want to add another balcony, this time for my bed, as to watch the sunrise every morning over the ocean. I also add a little canopy, so I don't have to sleep in the rain. And that's it for day 7. Nice, simple and productive day. Day 8, and there's a very simple goal for today. I want a dog. It's been over a week and I need some company. And, oh, that was easy, he was right here. I also get 2 more dogs. I'll give them names one day when I get the name tags. I also dig up some dirt. I need more to fill the holes in my land to make it flatter. This will be a reoccurring theme for the next few weeks, so don't worry. I finished the day off by expanding the farm a little and fighting this slender boy. Yeah, it got a little bit close, but we prevailed. Day 9 and oh no, a creeper. Never mind. You saw nothing, chicken. I fill in more holes on my land, but the real goal for the day is to start construction on a mine. This bad boy is going to go all the way down to bedrock soon enough. Firstly though, I want to make it look nice. I do this by building a pathway from the main base to the mine's entrance. And that's all I did for day 9. I'm getting straight to work on day 10, and first things first, I have to bake that cake. You didn't forget, did you? Time to continue the mine's design. By day 20, I want full iron armor, and that's my next goal. But for real though, I need some colour, so I think I should plant some more flowers. Much better. The rest of day 10 I make some minor design additions to the base, a painting, some item frames, and a couple of flower pots. Now it feels a bit more like home. I also make some shears and grab some leaves for some future decoration ideas. Day 11 I just get my mine down to bedrock level, that's all I had time for. Back to some normality here for day 12, and I'm just making my mine a bit better. I want to waste no time putting in a staircase. I can't be spamming my A button for 100 days to get out of the mine now, can I? This little room will act as my base of operations for the mine. I finished the day off by lighting up the mine. More home improvements for day 13, this time focusing on not only the inside but the outside too. I want to use the leaves and the flowers to make a natural feel to the entrance. I think it fits well with the natural shape of the base and the natural waterfall out in front. I also put in some more chest storage. I like the birch behind the chest, it looks so royal. I organised my stuff, but don't worry, I won't make you watch that, I did do it. Day 14, I just expanded the farm further. I want the farm to stretch all the way down to the coastline by the end of the video, that's sort of the goal. I just finished the day off with more work on the mine, this time making it look nicer. This continues into day 15. Again, I want a natural feel for my build, so I'm trying to use leaves and glass to get that natural sunlight. I flattened out the land surrounding the mine entrance too, and with a few more details, the mine's looking pretty good. The last thing I do for day 15 is plant 2 birch saplings to go either side of the entrance. Birch trees are the nicest looking if you ask me. Oh, I can't forget that I added these little lights down the path. Looking good. I guess I was feeling creative around this time because day 16 I'm working on making the staircase entrance look better. Not that there was anything wrong with it before, I'm just saying. I spend the rest of the day exploring a little more land past the forest opposite my house. The land looks nice, I think I might come back here again. I finished the day off with a couple stacks of wood I had gathered, and some food from all the animals that I encountered on my little exploration. Day 17 I spend further cleaning out the mine beneath my house. I mainly want iron for now. I want that iron armor soon. The mine was full of iron, like every 10 blocks there would be a cluster. After the trip I had around 2.5 stacks of iron to smelt, which is what I did in the night. Day 18 and it's time to do some real mining. No caves, no mobs, no lights, no food, nothing. I want to do some strip mining. In all seriousness, I find it really relaxing, and around the time of recording, I was doing my midterms, so in the evening, I would unwind by playing this world. I found some alright stuff, iron, redstone, no gold, and oh my days, it's diamond! 5 in total, not too bad for day 18. With my pockets full, I run back home and create a pickaxe. I want to save the other 2 for an enchanting table. This will be a staircase to the upper floors. I want to put my enchanting room up here. So I spend the entire night hollowing out the expansion project all the way through to day 19. So day 19, I'm putting more decoration to the expansion. I want a big floor to ceiling window. Yeah, that's it. This is what it looks like from the outside, so I do need to make it look better from out there. I also messed up the waterfall, so fixing that was, it was fun, to say the least. Here's what I did in a full Minecraft day. I need to get more leather for the bookcases though. Big day 20. I put in the armor stand that will hold the iron armor I'm currently wearing. When I upgrade next or replace it with more iron armor, I'll put this set onto the armor stand. The next goal for day 30 is to get to the nether. I spend some time doing my chores, need to get those cows fed for that leather. And I'll work more on the base expansion. It looks better from the outside. Opposite the enchanting room I hollow out a large room. This will either be my bedroom or a proper storage room. This takes me to nighttime and I end the day by putting in a center pillar for the staircase and planning the basement expansion. But this will be built later. Got my hands full with the upstairs project right now. And I end the day overlooking my land. Yeah, that was a creeper blowing up my house. I was setting up the recording and I hadn't turned on my own audio, so I didn't hear him coming. Second creeper. There's a creeper now in the house. Oh my, he blew up my dogs. Oh dogs, are you okay? After I shoved 20 pounds of steak in their face, they turned out to be fine. Time to repair the damage. Not a great way to start day 21, I can't lie. Look at this monster tree farm. After the horrifying morning I've had, I'd do something that I've wanted to do for a while. Move the sugarcane. It feels wrong not being with the other crops. I don't want it to feel all lonely now, do I? While breeding the cows, a message comes up. Basically, I need to kill some animals before I can breed anymore. Because of Xbox Edition. So, sorry sheep. I need leather. Ah, much better. One eventful day. Day 22 and I apparently had a stroke whilst playing. I don't know what I'm doing here. But for real, I'm gonna go spend the day filling in more holes on my land. And by holes, I mean the ocean. I also built this little pathway. I'm not sure about the shape yet though. And that's all I did for day 22. So for day 23 I realised I could kinda just show you behind the scenes editing. Look how easy this is. Just chopping the trees, just the basic chores. Digging the dirt. Look at this, isn't this great? Isn't this so much easier than explaining what I did? Just showing you. Apparently I went mining a bit. Cool. Fought some mobs. Awesome. I might just do this for the rest of the 100 days. Oh, I think it's the end of the day. Yep, that was day 23. Okay, for day 24 I forgot to start the recording, so the morning footage is missing. But around midday I remembered to turn it on, and this is all I did. I filled in more of the land and I put in a new chicken farm. Are you kidding me? I spend the rest of day 24 collecting clay. I want to build a brick house. The three little pigs taught me well. It will be a place for my dogs to live. It's too risky to keep them in the house now. And noisy. While waiting for the bricks to smelt, I begin to put in the floor for the upstairs storage room. Yeah, it's going to be a storage room, not a bedroom. I also mark out where the chests will go. Still no ender pearl, the cheap bastards. Day 25, I begin construction on the doghouse. Honestly, such a big flex to build a house made of bricks. I run out of clay, and the last thing I do is pop a roof onto the house. Something simple will do for now. Starting bright and early for day 26, getting that roof finished. I also add in minor details like a chimney, a pathway, and an interior for the doggos. Look at it, I love it! Oh boy, day 27 is going to be soaked in cow blood. I killed so many, my sword broke. Did it stop me? No! I got my enchanting room to level 30, but I'll finish it properly with all the bookcases. It just looks so much cleaner. I collect enough obsidian for the enchanting table and nether portal. It's almost day 30 and I haven't thought about going to the nether yet. I enchant my pickaxe, it's not too bad. But the best thing is, it doesn't actually take me back to level 1 like I thought it would. It just knocks me back 3 levels. Day 28 and I want to make that spider spawner under my house an XP farm. Issue is, I only have a basic understanding of how EXP farms work. This is going to be the entrance, right next to my base, and that's all I did for day 28. Day 29, making the access to the EXP farm easier. This includes a ladder and a water drop. Turns out the farm doesn't work properly. Shocker, right? My idea would work for zombie and skeleton spawners, I think, but spiders, they're just too fat. Sorry, thick boys. And they can climb walls, which is never easy. After some trial and error, I only end up with errors. I can get some to come down, but the majority just sit on the wall or get stuck. I decide to scrap the farm for the time being. I'll return to this soon enough though, rest assured. Day 30, it's nether time, boy, let's go! No, I haven't lost it. I want to put my nether portal on a homemade island. I'll cover it with netherrack when I get some. I light the portal and get ready to go in. Start off by making a safe cobblestone room. And is that the fortress? Wow, that's good. Oh no, too much fortress! I'll come back to do this, but first I want some diamond gear. But a little exploring won't hurt. I get some glowstone, but a ghast attacks me. Yeah, that's enough nether for one day. I end day 30 by putting in my nether trophy and sleep. Day 31 and my next task will be to fully explore the world. On Xbox One edition, the world is hella small, so it shouldn't take too long. Got to see what's out there. I do some basic jobs like farming, and apparently a chicken died. I don't know how that happened there. Time to finish the pathway. Much better. Also, I'm going to add some leaves and bushes to it. Looks a little bland right now. Day 32, I forgot to record again. This is halfway through the day, but it's okay, I just spent it strip mining and these are the materials I gathered. I spent the rest of the day strip mining too. I need diamonds, man. What can I say? And that was it for day 32, and no, I didn't get any diamonds. I start day 33 by enchanting a pickaxe with fortune. When I do come across diamonds, I want to maximize the find. Yeah, this is the first death of the run, hopefully the last too. I get my stuff back, but my pride and confidence is slightly bruised. I reluctantly spend the rest of the day mining, and I also find a zombie spawner. It's right next to my base, so I guess I'll just ignore the spider spawner for now. So I guess the day kind of ended well after all. My arse is strip mining again for day 34. I really want those diamonds now. I died for them. Sadly, I found none again. Maybe I shouldn't mine the bedrock? I don't know. I spend the evening feeding the cows. It's the only thing that gives me joy anymore. I'm kinda hollow right now after the death. Well, I'm starting off day 35 nice and early. I need to get away from the base and the mines, so I think it's time to explore. I'm just gonna run around, pick some flowers, and I'm gonna note down anything that interests me, such as this village. There's a witch's hut connected, which is pretty rare, I think. I spent the night camping under the stars and watching the sunset. It was really cool seeing the old villages. I like them. Well, call me Christopher Columbus, because day 36 I'm continuing the exploration expedition. And I'm a racer. I find a floating igloo in a red sand biome. Oh, and look, a mushroom biome, which is pretty awesome. It means I can get mushroom cows. I really like this quarter of the world. It's really interesting. I once more spend the night sleeping under the stars. I think tomorrow I'll finish the whole map. Today is now tomorrow, and I find this area. This is the only part of the world that I think is prettier than mine. I think I'm going to call it the Grotto. It's directly across the ocean from my base, so I'll come back here one day. I find the area just very relaxing. The last place to discover on the map was the Woodland Manor near my home, and boy is it in a state. It must have caught fire at some point. However, it does mean that I can loot it, and it's a bit safer. With that being said, I will come back later, as I hear a pillager, and I guess I got a little bit scared. Boom! World map explored. Time to go to sleep. I strip mined all of day 38. I'm not even going to show you at this point. Here's my inventory after a full 20-minute day cycle. Day 39, and I'm finally getting around to changing my nether island from cobble to netherwart. I also want to add a nice wooden bridge. Yeah, this is looking nice. It really brings back the old school Minecraft feel, I think, with the oak. Nice and simple. All in all, good progress for a day's work, I think. Big day 40, and I start off by finishing the bridge. Just some simple lights as well as a pathway. I pop in the completed world map on a block of gold. No need to flex, by the way. I also remember to loot that burnt down Woodland Manor. Kinda feel like a vulture picking at the bones of a once great thing. But hey ho, $3 are $3. I loot everything. Chests, cauldrons, flower pots, you name it, I probably took it. There weren't many threats, but there were a few close calls. Anyway, I end day 40 by hiding in a cell waiting for daylight to come. Day 41, I leave the mansion with some alright loot, nothing too special. I really want a saddle so I can get a horse, or a donkey. After some simple tasks, I go to sleep. Pretty basic day to be honest. Day 42, just sort of walking around doing odd jobs again. Some decorations, etc. After seeing the Mushroom Island, I get the idea to plant mushroom trees at my base. Turns out it's kinda complicated though. I think it's got something to do with sunlight, but I'm not quite sure at this point. Day 43, and once again just farting around doing some odd decoration jobs, such as decorating the bridge and making the pond look nice. Oh, a little tip, using string will stop sugarcane from growing, which differs the height, makes it kinda nice. I also figure out how to plant mushroom trees. I love the change of colour. I continue with some slight additions to the base, and this is how it's looking. At night time, I also managed to plant the second mushroom tree. Still no ender pearls though, some things never change. All in all, an extraordinarily productive day. Day 44, and as Steve said, I yearned for the mines. I need to get back to mining though, I'm in dire need of some diamonds. I try mining at Y13, apparently it's better for finding the blue stuff. No diamonds, but I do enchant my pickaxe and holy moly it's goated. After combining it with my original pick, I have the best pickaxe in the game. And I also named it Pete. Time to put Pete to the test. Day 45 I'm strip mining all day, and boy was Pete worth his weight in gold. Or should I say diamonds. 32 in total. Gotta love it when your diamond stacks are up high. And yes, 32 diamonds, I made an axe. Day 46 and it's time to improve the storage room. I put down the carpet, lined the walls with wood, and put the chests in. I'm liking the theme of the room. It's very spacious. The storage room expansion goes into day 47. Now I'm working on the ceiling and the windows. Also on some minor details such as the doorway and putting in the item frames for all of the chests. If you don't use item frames and instead use signs for your chests, you are an op. And I spend the rest of the day moving all my stuff upstairs, but again, don't worry, I won't make you see this. Day 48 and apparently I'm somehow still decorating the storage room. This time the outside mainly. Finally, I'm pretty sure it's done. Time to put in my old armor stand. Also, this is the first time it's rained on the world. Die! Diamond armor, baby! It's time, boys. It's time to take out that Woodland Manor. The other one, not the one that's burnt down. So I set off early on day 49. I stole a cow on the way. The manor itself is really easy. Like, I remember these being way tougher as a wee child. Does this guy think he's the fucking main character? Yeah, that's enough of that nonsense. As I said, the manor is easy. The only real threat were the evokers, but even then, they weren't too bad. I didn't need diamond stuff for this, I don't think. Halfway through the video, and I walk out of the manor the victor. It felt more like a terrorist attack than a fight, truth be told. I create the mushroom cow its own pen, away from all the other farm animals. It's a bit nearer to the mushroom trees, so I guess it can feel more at home here. And I pop in the day 50 challenge trophy. Day 60, I want to create potions. I also need the blaze rods to create Eyes of Ender. Mushroom Island didn't have any other cows, so that was a bit of a fail. And I spend the evening looking over the land. Is that a zombie villager? Let's get this bad boy into the base. I use one of the name tags from the Woodland Manor, lure him into the house, and name him, meaning he won't despawn. Wow. I'll be able to cure him by day 60 when I have access to potions as well. However, until then, I'll have to hear him groaning all hours of the day. After doing my chores, on day 51 I get the idea to make every colour of wool available in the game. In my inventory you can see the progress sort of tick away. I already have all the stuff in my storage, so it was just a case of crafting them together to make different dyes. The only issue is brown wool. The map has no jungle biome, so no cocoa beans. I guess I could find them in a chest in, say, a mob spawner, I'm not quite sure, but this also means no brown dye. The only other chance is finding a rare brown sheep in the wild. Day 52, time to flex my rainbow colours, not in a gay way, nothing against that, but this was just for a little challenge on my Minecraft 100 days video. After this, I want to expand the farm further. Turns out I never grew my beets much, so call me Dried Shroot because I'm getting them grown. I want to leave a gap at the end of the farm because I want to put in some sort of statue. You can see where it will go better in this clip here. The next day, sorry, I just really wanted to say the day like that. I'm working on the zombie spawner I found back on day 33. I'm going to ignore the spider spawner for now. Zombies can also drop chainmail armor, carrots and potatoes, so there's definitely more use for them. The farm is really easy to make, and by the end of the day, it's all up and running, and fully functional, I might add. Day 54, just doing some good old-fashioned farming. I'm also making the zombie spawner a little bit nicer. There's a cool water cave underneath as well. I may use this for further storage should I ever need it. Whilst doing all of this, I'm killing zombies as they fall, and by the end of the day, I'm around level 30. But my enchanting room keeps on giving me crappy enchantments, so I choose to burn a level on a stone axe. Day 55 and I'm feeding the cows, solely for XP reasons, but again, I get some crappy enchantment. The chance to get crappy enchantments must be higher on this version of the game, or I'm just incredibly unlucky. And apparently that's it for day 55. I'm not quite sure what I was doing, maybe I was peeing or something. I may have forgot to mention, but a few of you keen-eyed people watching may have seen, that I got a carrot from the zombie spawner. So day 56 I'm planting these bad boys. I use bone meal to maximise the grow in the early stages, and I spend the rest of the day getting XP. Unfortunately though, no potatoes yet. Time to go back home and... Holy, is that a brown sheep? It's like Notch himself was watching over me at this moment. First the zombie villager, now a brown sheep. Just need to see if it can breed. What a good day. Day 57 and it's time to add that brown wool, baby! I also use my new carrots to get some pig farms started. Not that I really need them, but I'd like to get all the animals at some point, and shocker, I spend the rest of the day getting to level 33. This time I enchant my sword and shovel. Both enchants were fairly decent, you'll see as we go along. Oh no, I'm back in the nether for day 58. I need to get some blaze rods for the potion stand. I'm pretty tanky, so I'm not too worried, but the blazes ain't dropping their rods often. I don't know why, I googled it, but they didn't know either, so I guess I was just getting extremely unlucky. After about 20 minutes, I managed to get 2, so I guess that's that. But now I want some for some Eyes of Ender. I don't have to come back later. This nether expedition leads into day 59. I choose to explore the rest of the fortress. It's pretty easy and I managed to get 3 more blaze rods in the process. However, I didn't find any chests, so still no saddle yet. I think I might have to fish for one when I get back home. There were some close calls, but why tell you when I can show you? After getting back home I enchant my armor, but only with fire protection and protection 3. I'm not going to get the armor very good by day 100, so this will have to do I think. Time to brew some potions. Okay, full honesty, I messed up the potions. I don't really brew potions like ever, so that was that. This is me now drinking the ruined potion. But by the end of the day, I make a weakness potion and cure my zombie villager friend. Day 60, now first of all let's pop in the second brewing stand for the trophy. By day 70 I want to have the farm field done, so no more planting, just harvesting. Wait, why am I back in the nether? Oh, right, yeah, I'm getting soul sand. The next part of the farm will be my netherwart farm, and this stuff only grows on soul sand. I also learned here that mining quartz gives like a bazillion XP, so I'm going to keep that in mind. After I pop in the new farm, I meet my villager friend. This version of Minecraft was before villagers were like insanely overpowered, so I can mainly trade rotten flesh with this guy for now, and that's all I did. I also enchant a second axe, very nice enchantments too. I wonder what tomorrow will have in store for me. Day 61 I'm working on a little more of the base expansion, this time popping in a pathway that will give the base a more formal northern entrance. The second half of the day consists of gathering some mushroom grass. I googled it, and apparently you can grow mushroom trees on this regardless of the shade levels. I'm also gathering some clay. This will be used for a statue of my character's head in the middle of the crop field. Day 62 and I find the skeleton spawner literally 20 blocks from my bed. Yeah, I'm not quite sure how I didn't notice this earlier. Spoiler, I never use this again and there's no saddle in there. I spend the rest of the day working on the statue, and it takes me all the way up until nightfall. Still working on the statue on day 63, I'm unsure how much progress to show, but today I'm moving it back as far as it can go, pretty much redoing everything I already did. By the end of the day, it's beginning to take shape. It's also going to be a 3D head if I didn't already mention that. More work on the statue for day 64. This day I ran out of materials, so I'm heading back over to the red sand biome to get some more clay. With my efficiency 5 pickaxe, it takes no time grabbing all the materials I need, and that takes me all the way up until nightfall. Day 65 and I'm asking myself, how has it taken me 5 days to build an 8x8 head? This is why I play creative mode. But by day 65 the head is fully done, and I begin building the platform underneath. That's all I did for day 65. Day 66 and bro, you gotta be kidding me. How am I still working on this damn statue? Surely it will be done by today, right? Just adding in some finer details like a waterfall and flower pots on the head. And at last it is complete. I spend the evening just admiring my hard work. With my newly found levels I enchant another diamond shovel on day 67 and now I can create another goated tool. I name him Petey. Let's put Petey to the test. I need more grass to expand my farm. This time I'm putting in melons and pumpkins in a more structured way. I also need more soul sand, so I go back to the nether. I won't explain what happened, but I'll show you the ending clip of how I left, and that should give you a pretty good idea. And again, I just look over my giant head before going to sleep. Day 68 and I start the day by harvesting the entire farm, which takes most of the day, truth be told. The empty patch of dirt that is hoed is for my potatoes when I get some. If I ever get some. Yeah, I guess I'll just show you more chores in fast motion, so you can get a better idea what a full day looks like on the world. Once more, I end day 68 by looking over the balcony. No funny business with the day number today, sadly. Instead, I'm finishing the farms, planting the melons and pumpkins, putting in a safety fence so I don't fall into the water when harvesting the beets. After this, I head down to the zombie spawner. I need to get some more levels, and I'm hoping for a potato. This clip gives full context. There's no potatoes in the chest, and now the full clip is being shown here to prove that I didn't cheat. And boom, full potato in the chest. I show this evidence because I've had insane luck during this video, and it seems too good to be true, but as shown, it is true. The rest of the day is spent growing my new potatoes, and I begin construction of the master bridge in the north of the base. Day 70 and I put in the trophy for getting my farms completed, with the statue included, and my next challenge for day 80 is to find the end portal. I want to do this lily pad design so items don't fall into the ocean when harvesting. I'm going to need a lot more lily pads first. There's more work on the master bridge today. Now please do let me know if you like the building side of the video more, or the item progression side more. These last few days have lent more on the side of construction, and I don't want it to seem too samey, like with the statue head and now the bridge. Anyway, I spend the rest of the day back in the zombie farm for levels. However, I get the genius idea to trade with my villager Paul, as he might sell ender pearls. I'm not sure if they do that in this version of the game, but yep, they do. Bam! 3 ender pearls. I was doubting at the time if I was going to beat the game, but I think this discovery might have just saved the run. Great way to end the day. Day 71, it's time to go strip mining, yay! After some mining I find a spawner and I finally got a saddle. Okay, let's go, day 71, here we go. After dropping off my stuff and returning to the mines, I find some diamonds and an emerald, and I somehow stumble across the end fortress, which, okay. Like, what? The whole last portal and everything. This world might have had some of the best luck I've ever had on Minecraft. I loot what I can and I return home. I do have a nice direct route to get back there. But not direct enough, that's right. Day 72 I'm building a direct path to the end portal from my home. Never know when it could be useful. After looting the rest of the fortress, which had surprisingly bad loot, I plan to create the bridge. And just look at my inventory, that is an inventory of a builder. Day 73, let's build this bridge. It's actually going to be a minecart track. The process is easy enough, it's just a little monotonous. But I do make a nice rhythm with the mine tracks. And that was all I did for today. Let's continue this track. Today I'm installing the support pillars. The key is to use a simple design that can be easily replicated. It is difficult to place the stairs upside down though, because of the max build height for players. But by the end of the day, I got some good progress done. Take a look. Day 75 and I'm finishing the support pillars and placing all the redstone tracks, as well as installing the rest of the rail. By the end of the day, I get to ride it. My base looks so cool when you approach it. It's like a symphony of colours and shapes and different things. I love it. Back to farming for day 76, mainly focusing on the potatoes. I spend the whole day fixing various pathways and cutting down some spruce trees. I'm going to need a lot of spruce wood for my next project. I spent the whole night grinding out some levels down in the spawner as well. Just like the dogs, the village of Paul is making far too much noise for living in my house, so I'm kicking him out. Well, I'm building him a new home first. I saw this really cool design on Instagram which used spruce logs as the main wall, so I'm going to create a similar design. By the end of the day, this is what it looks like. Straight back to work on day 78. As I said, please let me know if the building projects are sort of ruining the pace of the video. I feel like I'm not showing enough of the process, but I need to keep the days condensed and exciting, so I would really appreciate some feedback. And this night I found a second zombie villager pretty much at my front door. So I trap it and cure it. Looks like Paul has a wife. The final thing I do today is create a goated axe. Name Peterson. All I'm missing now is a goated sword. I also named Paul's wife. Say hello to Paulina. Up bright and early day 79, I really want to get the outside of the house done today. So that's all I do. I want to add different shapes and window designs to keep it looking fresh. And in the evening I trade with Paulina. She's a blacksmith, by the way. She'll buy coal, and I have a lot of that. She'll also buy iron, which I also have a lot of. Meaning I can buy loads of ender pearls from Paul. I have 10 ender pearls just by the end of the day. I end the day by admiring the land once more. Day 80 and I'm farming my potatoes more. Needless to say I found the portal, it was 9 days ago, so I put in my trophy. Day 90 I want full gear. I don't really know what this means to be honest, but let's find out together. Also these days are going really quickly now, I feel like it was just day 70 2 seconds ago. Finished the outside of Chez de Paul. That was apparently all I did. I don't know, time flies I guess. Day 81 sees the first day of the Build Up Stocks program. It's basically a few days where I get core materials needed, such as strip mining, farming, and chopping trees. Today is the mining day. I need mainly diamonds, but I'll take anything to be honest, especially the ores that give good EXP levels. And this is my haul by the end of day 81. Day 82 I'm leaving the mines, and after dumping my loot into the storage room, I'm focusing on building up my wood supplies. So I'm chopping down all these trees. After this, I harvest the whole farm, which takes all the way up until nightfall, and I rest easy. Still focusing on getting my supplies up, day 83. I don't want to have to do this much more before the 100 days is over. So today I'm focusing more on getting wood. Oak, birch and spruce. Again, I need more spruce for Paul's house. I had a really nice time. I remember I was watching old PKA clips during these past few days and it was really chill. Just before the day was over, I finished harvesting my crops by harvesting the cacti, which is never a fun experience, truth be told. And a little dog followed me into my house. I put a purple collar on it, and I'm gonna call her Tina. I wanted a proper dog to follow me around for a while now. Okay, Operation Build Up Stocks is officially over on day 84. It's time to finish Chez de Paul. And Paulina now, I guess. It's both of their houses. Anyway, I'm getting the exterior done by today. What do you think? Okay, no joke, today I'm getting this exterior done. I hope. As you can see, Tina is now accompanying me everywhere I go, which was nice. I haven't had a dog following me around in Minecraft for years. I actually get the outside of the house done. Time to work on the inside. I want a warm feel to the house. I love my house, but being in a mountain means it feels kind of strange. This house should feel warm and inviting, because I haven't had any other build on the world like this yet. This interior designing goes into day 86, adding in furnaces, sofas and so on. The first floor will be a little less pretty. I'm going to keep all traded stroke tradable items up here, so the building has some actual purpose. And with some finishing touches, the inside of the house is done. Now time to move Paul and family into the building, which is actually really easy. I think they need a night to settle in though. Day 87, and I'm working on the front garden today. I want them to be able to freely wander around the property, garden included. What if they want some fresh air, you know? Nowadays villagers are abused, but not on Xbox One edition, and definitely not on my watch. I spend the rest of the day admiring my newly built house. Weird to think that 87 days ago this was nothing but grass, with a lot of holes in. Do you remember that? You remember filling in those holes? Day 88 and it's back to strip mining. I don't even need the resources, I'm mainly just doing it for the levels. I want a goated sword, and to do that I'm going to have to be able to reach level 30 soon. I got the usual, nothing too special. The sword enchantments ended up being really rubbish, so I ended up enchanting my boots. It's not too bad, but I know feather falling is good for fighting the Ender Dragon. I still can't complain too much though. Okay, don't be mad, but I didn't record day 89 for the most part. I mean, I knew this would happen one more time before the video ended, but anyway, I captured the evening, and in the evening I'm lighting up my base. I used torches and covered them with green carpet to hide the light. It makes the base a little safer as things can't spawn. Day 90, and I built a horrible dock, so I'm tearing it down. I don't even want to show you the first one. The second one wasn't much better either, so I'm tearing it down also. The third design still sucks, but I guess it will do for now. I just want a nice dock to be able to go from the Mushroom Island back to my base. I'll come back to this though, don't worry. I can't look at this for another 10 days. I finished it off by building a pathway. The recording just kinda ends with me looking at the unfinished pathway. I'm not too sure what happened there. Maybe I had to go somewhere. Anyway, I'll put in the trophy tomorrow. Day 91, I want to expand my base a little bit. I'm thinking about putting in a rose garden. Not only will it look nice, but it will serve as another entrance to the storage room. I'm getting a little bit bored of using the spiral staircase. And dizzy. The design, like everything else on my base, is pretty simple, and by the end of the day, it's looking nice. It has a very natural shape to it. I spent the rest of the night in the zombie farm, but when I come up, it's turning to day, and it's raining, so I have to emergency sleep in the villager's bed, so the rain will stop before daylight. Feels kinda strange waking up in Paul's bed. Anyway, day 92, I'm finally putting in the trophy for day 90. It's just the armor stand for now. I'll put my current armor on it once day 100 hits. Final goal is to beat the Ender Dragon. I mean, like, obviously, like, duh, that's the point of the video. The rest of the day is spent in my rose garden. I want a sandstone pathway, so I'm digging up sand for it. But it turns out I need more, and oh my, wow, that was close. So after finishing the pathway, it's time to add the roses. Well, technically they're called poppies in this version of the game, but you get the idea. And I finished the day off by adding in a new pathway by the front door. Wait, no, I enchanted another sword. Yeah, I'm not using this. Smite 4 is useless. Day 93, and I think it's time to clean up my base a little bit. Since Paul and Paulina moved out, they left it a bit of a state. I saw this cool design which uses the top of crafting tables for the floor, so I'm going to try it out, and I think it looks pretty nice. Next, I want to add some bookcases. I like the detail as well as it adds some colour to the front room. Adding in some minor details as well, like roofing beams and leaves. I used this old trick by adding an item frame with a stone slab inside of it. Kinda makes the torch look aesthetically pleasing, you know what I mean? Anyway, by the end of the day, my base is looking a lot better, I think. My front room is looking nice, but my bedroom? Ugh, jeez. This now needs to be upgraded, I think. So I start day 94 off by using the same crafting table floor design. I really like it, I can't lie. Now I'm trying to add some minor shaping changes to create a more open feel and less mountainy sort of feel. One of the last things I do is add some bookcases and leaves to give the room more colour. Now the red is too standouty in the carpet, so I'm swapping the rug with a more palatable colour. It also makes the base seem warmer, I think. This is the new base renovation. What do you think? Day 95 and the base expansion has really come along well so far, but it's missing something. Oh yeah, me! Time to add another face of my character. This shouldn't take too long as I now know what I'm doing, but I do run out of materials. Time to fetch some more. I only grab what I need. Day 100 is fast approaching, and I need to gear up soon. I save a dog. You may not have noticed, but I had a red sand dog that refused to teleport with me back to my main base. This has happened since I first discovered the biome. So today, I rescue him, and I brought him home. I also give him a green collar. Okay, day 96 will be the last day I spend building, so let's get this face done today. Oh, it literally took me about 2 minutes. Okay, after adding some extra green leaves around the face, it's looking good. The rest of day 96, I work on the basement project. Remember, from all the way back to like day 30? Anyway, the plan is to create a dock underneath where I just built my face. This is the footage of me clearing it out. Unfortunately, due to time restraints and day 100 fast approaching, this project will never be finished, unless I do 200 days. Please do let me know if you want to see 200 more days. And this is all I got done today. Oh my days, I forgot to get more blaze rods. So day 97, I'm trying to get 4 more. This is why I wanted to leave a few days before the actual end fight. I knew I would forget something, I just didn't know what. Anyway, after creating all 10 required Eyes of Ender, it's just gone midday. Firstly, I light the portal in case I need more Eyes of Ender or something. I don't know, it's kind of like checking the gate at the airport exists just before relaxing, just to know it's there. Anyway, I head back home to gear up in the evening. This is what my inventory is looking like. I don't know what I need, to be honest. It's been a fair few years since I fought the Ender Dragon. I enchant my bow, might as well use up all the levels I can before the fight, so I enchant my helmet with protection 3 as well. Then I create a smite 5 sword, no reason really, I just kinda want to. I heal my pickaxe, and I also add power 4 to my bow. Now, I think I'm fully ready to take out this son bitch. Today is the day. Day 98, let's fight this Ender Dragon. After saying goodbye to Tina and the red sand dog, I waste no time entering the end. First thing I do is I create a safety hole in the ground. Then it's a case of taking out all the beacons that heal the dragon. I guess all those years of playing Rainbow Six helped, because I was one-tap spawn peeking these beacons like Rook with an ACOG. The only remaining beacons are protected with iron bars, so I have to scale them to break them manually. Neither were too bad, and with my totem of Undying, I wasn't too scared. Okay, now the beacons are all gone, I just have to kill it. As a Skyrim Seasoned Pro, killing the dragons is actually really hard for me. I normally let the Whiterun Guards do it. However, using my powerful bow, I nail the dragon shot after shot, and it dies quite easily, really. Almost like this is a kid's game, huh? In all honesty, the fight was far too easy. I guess the old AI on the dragon isn't as good as it is today. Either way, I collect my EXP and head into the other dimension thing. I don't know what it's called. The final challenge has been complete, so I'm just going to show you me getting the Elytra. I don't fight many shulkers anyway, so I didn't really risk anything. For some reason, I sat through the entire credits. This footage is sped up by like 3000%, so I don't know why I did that. Meaning that now it's halfway through day 99. All I really do on day 99 is unload my new loot, including displaying my cool dragon head in my bedroom, and I prepare my inventory for the final day 100. I watch the night sky from my balcony one last time, and hit the hay, excited for tomorrow. Day 100. It really has been an adventure. From an empty mountain cave to a bustling bright paradise, all within one video. This video has really been a blast to make. Difficult, but really fun, and rewarding too. It's been nice seeing my world expand more and more each day. As I said earlier, if you would be interested in watching a 200 days, please do let me know. I would love to do it. If I do, it won't come out for at least a month or so. I have end of year exams and assignments coming up, so that's going to be busy. But really, thank you for watching this far, and if you enjoyed it, please do like the video and subscribe if you want to catch the 200 days when it comes out. Anyway, I finished the video by putting in my armor and the dragon egg. Look at this, 100 days of trophies. Now that is nice to see. I'll catch you in the next video, take care, and have a nice day.